And this is unbiased reviews. I'm not from Chicago.
But I'm not complaining. So I really love to do my such places. I get the blood, such places. Your organs are playing operation.
St. Louis.
So nigga, stop getting on camera saying you popping them guns. Hey, big jerk. Yes, sir. That's the way you talk to your son.
Jersey.
Can't stretch this nigga even. I'm on the side of the highway with my gun out. Like a catch a nigga speed.
Georgia.
Rob the bag, you like we just hustled together. I'm like, don't get your brain cooked or half. Jim Carrey style, I act different when I put on that mask.
From ATL, man. You see the A on the hat, y'all know what time it is. You know, I'm gonna give it to you straight up, no chaser.
So you want to box like Rocky? We can do that ASAP. I'm Diddy behind them hooks like, take that, take that. Your boys might jump in, you look like Wale, so they Maybach.
Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Chris, Unbiased Review, checking in, about to break down Arsonal versus Shotty Horroh. This was a very, very good battle, man. You know, I've been hearing about this battle for a while. I knew Arsonal was going out with DNA, and I think Red was supposed to go out there, but he didn't make it. So I didn't know much about Shotty Horroh. I knew he battled Disaster. I knew he battled Fingers on the King of the Dot or whatever. So especially since I've been seeing Erg and DNA or whatever, I'm trying to get a little bit more into the Don't Flop League. But Shotty Horroh was very impressive in this battle. So let's get right into it. First round, Shotty Horroh was a little bit more personal than Arsonal was in round one, even though some of his angles were a little bit, they were kind of old, because a lot of people kind of use those same angles versus Arsonal, as far as him being a crib and him, the trick situation. But I still like the flips and the way he incorporated into his round, so I still feel like he gave enough new information to where even though he used a redundant angle, it still went over well. I like how he was talking about how Arsonal is always coming with people and he needs an arsenal, but I only need that one shotty. That was a pretty nice line.
That's why he has to bring his mates to portray some John Gotti, but our name says it all. He needs an arsenal and I just need that one shot.
The trick lines were pretty good, talking about how they exposed the bitch in Arsonal soldier image. That was pretty decent. The gangster, if you're a gangster, why are you touring? I like that line a lot. You did a background check, come to find out your background check. You know, Shotty was pretty nice in round one.
What did you think, bro? I wasn't as cold as most of them old folks in your old division, and I would have leave you voted with them. I don't give a fuck if it's no votes and no decisions. The people at home have a right to their own opinions, and the polls and posts are gonna show the business. This is for the folks at home to witness. Focus.
He had a great round one. Arsonal comes back in round one. He takes his sweatshirt off. He has the London football team jersey on, which is called Arsonal. So he had that on, which was a good way to play to the crowd. The line where he says, I snap into a Slim Jim, that line was kind of dope from him.
Ruger in my right hand, 2 straps in the left Glock. It's funny how your body went from flesh to a wet spot. I'm squeezing down on my left and right trigger to shoot like I'm still playing my Xbox.
Even though Don't Flop really doesn't have kind of like it's not really a gun bar league, I felt like the gun bars that Arsonal used were pretty nice, and he didn't do too much of them, so I felt like that was pretty good too. I mean, of course he's gonna do them, but I didn't feel like it was overdone. Yeah, Arsonal got real disrespectful when he was talking about Shotty's uncle. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like anything is untouchable when it comes to battle rap.
And when I meet him in the upper room,
a lot of people feel like that's off limits, but you know, to each his own. You know, ain't nobody more disrespectful than Pat Stay, in my opinion, but he got under Shotty's skin a lot. The time limit thing, you know, Arsonal always goes over the time limit. That's nothing new. It's up to the battle rapper and the person hosting the event to stop Arsonal, and Erg, who was keeping the time, stopped the round. So basically, you know, Arsonal just kept going, but at least Shotty was cognizant of it and said something to him, which is what other people should do, man. You know, when someone's going over your round, you can just kind of feel like, damn, this dude rapping a long time, let me say something. But a lot of people just let it rock. So one thing I like about Arsonal in this particular battle was his cadences and the way he was playing to the whole England crowd and talking like he was from England. His stage presence and everything was really good in this battle. So very close. I probably would give round 1 to Shotty, but I can't argue if you give it to Arsonal. I thought Shotty was a little bit more personal, and he had some dope shit in round 1, so I gave him the first round. Shotty comes back in round 2. He had a few little jokes in round 2 that was pretty good. He said something about Arsonal being like Keenan and Kel, and he also said he had a Lil Wayne mask on. Those were kind of funny. I am Diddy behind these hooks, like take that, your boys might jump in, and since you look like Wale, they may back. That line was pretty dope from Shotty. I was fucking with that line a lot. The midget flips were pretty good in this battle, the way he was basically saying you actually do look up the midgets and you're inferior to them, and he was trying to say that's why you drop down to your knees in the Diz battle. That was kind of a nice little flip.
So you moved down south? They're just gonna start finding your needles in haystacks. Oh. Addiction is a sickness. You are ill. That's why you hate smack. Oh. Every time you hear his name, you want to do 8 grams and make a vein collapse and stop talking about midgets, cause I motherfucking hate that.
Really played on the Crip thing in this battle, and basically was saying Arsonal showed up in a red Arsonal football jersey, but he reps the Crip, which is blue. So a lot of people play on that whole Crip thing. That's another overused angle that people use, but I can't front. Shotty had some nice Crip bars in this battle. But that was Shotty's round 2. I thought he had a good round 2 as well. Arsonal's round 2 was probably the best round I ever heard him spit. I mean, it was dope. It can definitely be ranked up there as one of the best rounds this year. He has a smack rebuttal, which was nice, saying smack ain't on real nigga time. That shit was set up good. The Diz rebuttal was also nice. So I mean, obviously a lot of freestyles, a lot of rebuttals this battle. That was good. This is my favorite line of the entire battle. Roll clip.
Now y'all want to know why I ain't battle on the last smack? You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. I change numbers. If they can't Dow Jones, they stock drop like the NASDAQ. I pistol whip your skull to Calico, get his dad back.
The Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man line was nice. The breakdown of an atom, you know, Shotty Horroh's name and Atom, like that shit was crazy. The way he set that up. The Big T line was also crazy.
Now, I could break down your life in 8 bars. You really ain't hard. You a fake fraud who used to play ball and battle rap. You the Ray Charles, meaning you ain't seeing nobody acting like beating me really ain't hard. Your chance is slimmer than Big T in China running a marathon on the Great Wall.
I've been on Arsonal's Twitter, and him and DNA been kind of going back and forth every now and then about should they battle on the UW League. So it was good to see DNA out there supporting them. And it seemed like DNA was really feeling what Ars was spitting, because every time they showed DNA, like, that nigga was cheesing. So I don't know if it was a new tooth or he was just liking Arsonal shit, but the nigga was cheesing in this battle. So, but Arsonal definitely took round 2, and clearly no debating. He had like the best round of the battle. Shotty Horroh comes back round 3. His round 3 is dope, man. Really good. He had the Crip breakdown. I told you he touched on the Crip shit in round 2.
He loves cripping up. Well, since he fucks with them bloods, he's an unfinished book because he's part red. You say your hand's blue like hypothermia? That's not what my gangster radar said. All you reds and blues flagging together look like the Union Jack, and you can get your little Union Jack for trying to claim my set.
He was breaking down Crip a little bit further in this round, which I thought was kind of nice. He had a Kryptonite bar, which was a stolen bar from Pat Stay. Pat Stay said that in Arsonal's battle, so that was kind of the only, you know, kind of stolen line that was just pretty much obvious. He talked about fucking Arsonal's mom, which kind of sounds like some shit Arsonal would say, but he talked about fucking his mom, and he was saying she got fucked by everyone in the room. It looked like a cipher. That shit was funny as hell. So he was kind of like a little bit choppy at the end of his round 3. It seemed like he was freestyling a little bit, but it still sounded pretty good. But overall, I thought Shotty had a good round 3. Arsonal comes back in round 3. He gets on the whole alphabet shit. I thought he was going to do another alphabet scheme, which I was like, nah, don't do that shit. But he did it backwards, which was actually kind of nice. I mean, right now, if I told y'all niggas to do y'all alphabets backwards and just say them, like 90% of y'all niggas couldn't even do that shit. So, I mean, the fact that Arsonal did it backwards was actually dope. I was fucking with that a lot. It was different.
They say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Quick draw, you wouldn't see it as it rises from the holster, because my shooter is my driver. He disguises as a chauffeur to keep the element of surprise, but bring the violence a little closer now. So I close my eyes and I drift off into a journey. My mind takes me there. boom! I awake in front of a grown-ass white boy with no facial hair.
That shit was funny as hell. You the type to sniff the car seat after your man leaves. That shit was funny as hell.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just rapping. Yup, I'm trying to spaz. Shotty, guess what? I just kicked fucking Shotty ass. Shotty in a body bag. Yo, body bag in a... No, in a body cast.
That was pretty dope. He kind of fucked Shotty up with that one, so I was fucking with that. Overall, I thought Arsonal won round 3, and I thought he took the battle 2-1. Round 1 is really close. Round 3 is kind of close as well. But I definitely got Arsonal in this battle 2-1. So, I mean, it could be 3-0 too if you give him the first round. But, you know, 2-1 Arsonal. And a lot of people have been talking about this whole Hollow the Don Arsonal rematch because they've been on Twitter really, really heavy about rematching on the UW League. And Hollow said he would be down with it as long as it was a UW LOM type of joint thing. And people just feel like for some reason there's no way Arsonal can beat Hollow again. And I disagree. The Arsonal that showed up in this battle can definitely beat Hollow. When I did my top 10 video, I had Hollow the Don #1 on this battle shit. That was like a few months ago or whatever. So people know I fuck with Hollow a lot. But let's keep it real. He's had bad battles. The Hitman battle was bad. The Goods battle was pretty good, not great. And so he's had battles where he could have been beaten. It's just the other guy just didn't beat him. You know what I'm saying? He wins a lot of his battles off of his rebuttals and off of his performance. But when he gets in a ring with a lyrical guy, lost every time with the exception of Big T. Arsonal was lyrical and Arsonal beat him. Avert was lyrical and Avert beat him also. So I don't really feel like battling Arsonal is a good matchup for him. I'm not saying he can't beat Arsonal, but one of his strong suits is also Arsonal's strong suit because Hollow is really good with performance, but you're not going to really outperform Arsonal. So it's like you just going to have to beat him lyrically. And I don't really feel like Hollow is so much more lyrical than Arsonal either. So it's like other than rebuttals, because Arsonal is good at rebuttals, but I feel like Hollow is like probably one of the best at it. Other than rebuttals, I don't really see a clear-cut advantage that I can just say Hollow has over him. You know, it's just that sometimes Arsonal jokes too much, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, I definitely feel like it'd be a good battle, and it'd be a toss-up if they rematch. I can't really just look at the battle and say, oh, Hollow will kill him. Like, I don't really feel that way. I think Arsonal would have a crazy angle of, I beat you once before, that loss has always haunted you, so you've been struggling to get a rematch, and he would have a crazy angle to come at Hollow with. So I think it would be a good battle, and I think it's something that we're gonna see in 2013. So that's what it is, man. Unbiased review. Thanks for the support. Shout out to the Facebook group. If you want to join, send me a friend request. Unbiased review rap battle debates. I'll put you in the group. And that's what I got, man. Arsonal 2-1. Shout out to Shotty Horroh though. Peace.